Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Kenya's capital, Nairobi. If you just landed here, there are a few things that you need to be aware of. This is a city that is considered the New York of Africa, and therefore a lot happens on these streets. You're better off knowing them so that you don't find yourself being surprised. Welcome to the show, Kenyans show. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, bringing you content that is so important to you, so you can't afford to miss. Remember to like this video and subscribe. If you're new here, consider subscribing and turn on the bell notifications so you get notified every time I do a new video. And as I say, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday. Well, there are many ways to be scammed in this city, and so I came up with 10 of the main ways, of the most common ways to be scammed in Nairobi. There's so many. There are 1,000,001 ways of being scammed in this city, but these 10 are the most common. So let's begin, so that you don't find yourself crying on the streets wondering who did what to you. Okay? Yeah, the 10 ways to be scammed in the city. If I leave out any of them that is very common, consider dropping it on the comment section below. Also, if you've ever been scammed, if you've ever gone through such an experience, I would love to hear your experience in the comment section again. So share with us. You'll be helping so many people out here that need your help. The first one is bahasha ya pesa. I remember this was, I think, 7 years ago. I had just joined campus. I'm carrying my laptop with a laptop bag, and I was coming from school, and someone drops a bahasha ya pesa right in front of me. And before I figure out what is happening, another well-dressed guy shows up, and you know what? He picks the money, and he's like, "Hakuna mtu ameona, no one saw us. It's just the two of us. This guy just dropped the money. We've not stolen from anyone. What do you think we should do?" And as a law-abiding Kenyan, you can imagine what came to my mind, that we should share this money. But again, I remembered that no one would be so willing to share what they already have. Why would they want to share the money with me? So I thought, wow, this must be scam. And so later on, I came across people who had gone through the same experience, and what those guys normally do, they offer to divide the sum with you. It's a bahasha, an envelope with cash, or at least fake notes, or just pieces of paper, and 100 shillings at the top, which looks like a bundle of notes of around 100,000 shillings. So they want to share that with you, but then they offer to go to a public toilet where you can divide the two of you, or in a private place. When you go to the public toilet, they request you to leave with them your phone and your wallet or your bag as a security as you go in there to count the money and then divide into 2 equal portions. And you know what happens after that? You lose your money, you lose your wallet, you lose your laptop, you lose your phone, and you have no one to cry to. Okay, so avoid that. If anyone ever drops any money, if anyone ever picks money in front of you, just know, straightforward, that's a scammer. 2, simu ya matope, or if you like, phone ya matope. So you're looking for a new phone, and you walk around different electronic shops in the city, and someone approaches you as you move from one shop to the other and offers to sell you a phone that is worth tens of thousands of shillings, let's say 30,000 shillings, at 5,000 shillings. Yeah? And they are offering that while holding the phone so secretly, pretending that they are afraid the county council askaris will get will arrest them because they don't have a license to run the business on the streets. And so hurriedly you find yourself producing 5,000 shillings or 10,000 shillings to buy a phone that is normally worth in the market 40, 50,000 shillings. And what you do not know is that that phone, it's just a casing. What is inside, it's a spoiled phone. It's a phone that can never function. And so after you move a few meters away and decide to test the phone, you realize you've just been scammed. The other way they do it is that they show you a functional phone and they negotiate the price, but then in the process of giving you the phone, they exchange with them a top phone. So remember, gadgets, especially phones, should always be bought from a dealer, from an electronics shop, somewhere you can claim, or online from some of these reputable online shops. Otherwise, if someone is offering to sell you a phone from the streets, remember, some of these big brands will never give license to any of these people to sell phones on the streets. So it's a scammer. Run as much as you can. Do not try to save a few bucks, a few shillings in the name of getting a cheaper phone. Number 3, we have Mshamba. Wow, that's another name, another phrase Nairobi is known for. It's a Mshamba. So you're doing construction and you said, you know what, you're not going to involve the middlemen who get the bricks to your construction site. Instead, you're going to go straight to the quarry, and we have some quarries here, or what we call Darugo. And you head there and decide, you know what, I'm going to talk to the guys there so that I can get the bricks at a lower price. So if the market price for a lorry full of bricks is 30,000 shillings, they offer to sell you the same at 15,000 or 20,000 shillings, and they push you to never want anyone to know about it, because if their boss or supervisor knows, they will lose their job. You there think now you can do 2 lorries with the same amount you would have used, and you pay them cash and go back and expect your bricks never to arrive, because those guys are not employed there. They're just scammers who loiter around the area and try to get people like you. So do not try that. Always consider using someone who has a reputation. Okay, yes, get referrals from friends, someone who you can take an action against if anything happens. Otherwise, all these people who you cannot follow up on, who you cannot take anywhere, because you do not even know their real names, you don't know their phone numbers, they're going to leave you crying. Number 4, it's an expensive kanda ya moko. Every time you travel to the city and you have some goodies or you have some luggage, there are those guys who offer to help you move your luggage using the trolleys mostly, and they will do that. Before you even negotiate the price, they are always there holding your items to try and help you. Now, there are 2 ways they scam you. I'm not saying everyone is a scammer in that industry, but there are 2 ways they scam you. One, they can either disappear with your luggage. If they get a chance, they will disappear with your luggage for good, or they charge you a huge amount. For example, a distance of 500 meters, they will charge you 500 shillings, and if you decide to complain, they have a group of friends who will come over and try to convince you how that was the best deal ever, and you'll be in fact putting your luggage in danger if you continue talking to these people. So avoid them unless you know someone. Who does that job. The rest of the guys negotiate the price, and if you can, carry your own luggage. Most of them have the intention of stealing from you, stealing your luggage. And always be very careful. If you get someone and you agree they're going to help you, always be watching them. Watch them throughout. Otherwise, if they get a chance to disappear, that's the last time you'll see them. 5. Fake NGO jobs. There's so many people who put up posters in some of the common areas in the city offering jobs because they know there's so many young people looking for jobs. Do not apply for those jobs. And most of them, they request for interview fees 1,000, 2,000 shillings, 3,000, 5,000 shillings, and they will keep asking for more until you've paid, let's say, 10,000 shillings or 20,000 shillings for an interview that will never ever happen. So avoid it. Real jobs, you apply, you go through the process. The thing that makes most people fall victims is because they want a shortcut. So there's no shortcut to anything. And there's nothing like anything for nothing. Just know when you get something cheaply, you have to pay for it at a later date. So do not fall for such. Number 6 is the money minting chemicals and sometimes machines. People will come to you telling you, sharing with you how to, make more money from the money you already have. So they'll tell you, you know what, I have this chemical that you can use, what we call the wash business, that you can use to produce more notes with your one note, and that means more money for you. What I always ask myself, how do we fall victim to such stupid ways of multiplying our money? I mean, if this guy knew how to multiply his money, he would not be looking for people to help multiply their money. He would be using his own money to multiply and become successful and become rich. So when you see someone coming to you with such an idea, just know, my friend, bro, you're about to be scammed. Do not fall a victim to such a stupid way of multiplying your money. There's nothing as easy as that. There's no way to multiply the notes. There's no way known to multiply your notes. They have to be produced, and they can only be produced through the central bank of each country. So why do you think just because you made it to the city now you're a central bank of the country? It doesn't work like that. Number 7, buying a road reserve. Those guys who all of are talking about maguta ploti, and it multiply in 2 months, you get your money back, and all that is a lie. They're selling you a road reserve with fake title deeds, fake certificates, fake everything, and eventually realize you bought nothing later on. So do your due diligence and make sure you are buying from a reputable company, somewhere you can go back to and claim your money. If someone selling you a piece of land, they're not the owner of the piece of land, for example, and they're telling you how they're going to sell you the piece of land and they don't have a company, just know that's a scammer. It's a requirement that when you're transacting business in this country, you have a business, unless you're an agent, and agents also have their own licenses. Number 8, very poor. So you finally got your 500,000 shillings and you're wondering, can't I get a good car at 500,000 shillings instead of waiting to make it a million? And those 3 or 4, 5 years. And so you walk somewhere, you find this car listed on GG or any other platform, on Facebook. You head there, you see the car, and you're given a deal of a lifetime. Yes. And you get a car at 500,000. That is so clean, looks so clean. While the market value of a similar car is maybe 800,000 shillings. Just know that these guys are not fools. They know exactly what they're selling to you. So do not fall victim to that. Do your research, do your due diligence. Know how much it costs for such a vehicle out there in the market, and so you can use that to gauge how much it would cost you to buy a car from elsewhere. And that's what's always recommended, to use a reputable company again, so that you have somewhere you can claim and get all the paperwork. Okay? Do not pay in cash. Why are you paying a car in cash? Pay through the bank. If someone insists on you paying in cash, run away. Unless you know them. Number 9, cheap flat screens, where you find someone offering a flat screen at half the price on Luthuli Avenue, for example, and before you know it, they tell you how much you need many other parts that will again skyrocket the price to the market price. Do not fall victim to that. Again, as I told you, those guys have been doing it for long, so they're not fools. You're not the bright one. Okay, find out the market price, and the best you can do or you can get is save yourself 1,000, 2,000 shillings. So if in the supermarket it's 50 and someone 50k for a 50 inches screen, I'm not sure if you have 50 inches, and you head over to a shop somewhere and they're selling it to you at 30,000 shillings. I mean, do you want to tell me the supermarket is making 20,000 shillings in profit? Definitely not. So do not fall victim to that. And finally, are fake house agents. Just go here, you find these nice estates, and you want to find a perfect house that fits your needs. And so you find this house agent who has a poster across the road somewhere. You pick the phone number, they pick you up, or they agree to meet you, they set up an appointment, and then they'll show you a few houses around. Remember, these guys are showing you houses, just like your friend will help you check out the houses, and then they request you to make payments with deposits, with what do you call it, water deposit, steamer, electricity, that is power, and so much more, and you end up paying, let's say, 50,000 shillings to a stranger you've never met. And sometimes you pay in cash or make a withdrawal. They do not have a pay bill number, they don't have a bank account. I mean, these guys are scammers. You should never fall a victim to that. Any serious business has a pay bill number or a till number or a bank account. Those are the guiding factors. If they do not have that, any landlord will allow you to make payments to them through the bank or through M-Pesa. So do not fall victim to any of these. Let me know the experiences you've had before on the comment section, and let's have that discussion. Okay? If you've ever fallen a victim, it's time to share this with the rest of the world, so that when people come on into our city, they know what to expect. It's been me, Kenyans. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give me some thumbs up. To help other people not fall victim or victims to the same, consider sharing this with your loved ones, with your friends, with your family, and everyone else you know. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. For now, bye-bye.